go ahead and get started with the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning, everyone. It is Monday, April 7th. This is the Shawnee County Board of County Commissioners work session. I'm the chair this year, Aaron Mays. I represent District 3. On my left is Commissioner Bill Rippon. He represents District 1. On my right, Commissioner Kevin Cook representing District 2. And then we've got Kyle Edelman representing the counselor's office down at the end there. So welcome. Good morning to all of you. This is going to be a short agenda today. So,
well, Susie said I had to fill a whole hour
a
because there's
whole
no
hour.
one else.
Hey, let's shoot for 2, Candace. All right. Okay, let's get started with the Extension Office Quarterly Report and Candace.
Well, good morning, Commissioners. Candace Stiles, Shawnee County Extension Office Director. Want to really thank you all for giving us this time to give you updates about what our office is doing, because every quarter it is vastly different what our agents are up to. But we're always serving Shawnee County residents with research-based information. First up, I'm actually really excited to introduce the newest member of our staff, Adelie Tompkins, our new Family and Consumer Science agent. I wasn't going to say it, but I'm going to say it. So we're fully staffed right now.
Wow.
And we want to stay that way, but okay. So Adelie, if you'd like to say a few words.
Hello, Adelie Tompkins. I have been in Extension for about 7 years, working out of the Dickinson County Chisholm Trail District. I did nutrition education there. I'm originally from Topeka and born and raised here, so I'm excited to be back and really excited to be a Family and Consumer Science agent. I'll be focusing on some of the financial management areas like the Medicare open enrollment, VITA, which is the volunteer income tax assistance, and just really happy to be here.
That's
Do
great.
you have any questions?
Welcome back.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, thank you.
And I'm going to start our update off today with Sofia Diaz-Buezo, our FNEP SNAP Ed agent. Every time I come, I like to bring a different extension agent so they can talk a little bit more in depth about what they're doing.
Thank you, Candace, and thank you for having me here. Good morning. Last time I was here, I was the new agent, so I just got to introduce myself a little bit, but since then I have been the agent, and I have been able to put some programs with our nutrition educators. So just a review, I oversee FNEP and SNAP. So FNEP is the Expanded Food and Nutrition Education Program, and SNAP is the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. Both of these are educational programs that provide nutrition classes at no cost to the Kansas families with limited resources. Our goal is to provide nutrition education to individuals and families who receive food assistance or who are eligible for food assistance. In addition to this, we also promote and implement the policy, systems, and environmental changes that happen in our community, just to improve the dietary quality, prevent obesity, increase physical activity, and just provide an overall better and healthier environment for our county. So during the first quarter, our SNAP Ed programming, so during the fiscal year 2023-2024, our SNAP Ed team worked with CENT, located at the Community Resource Center in the Hightcrest community, to open a Healthy Choice food pantry. This partnership has proven to be really successful, that we have expanded our reach in our work with them in providing nutrition education classes as well. During the first quarter, our nutrition educators were able to provide a class called Create Better Health. After opening the pantry, it focuses on teaching people to use the things that they already have at hand. So looking at what they have in their food pantry, using canned goods to create recipes, And the partnership with them is so good that they decided to leave the pantry open after our class to allow people to shop the pantry. And so they can grab the ingredients that they just used during the class so they can take them home and use them and make the recipe at home as well. We also participated in the Together Shawnee County Fair, hosted by the DCF in October. During fairs, we always provide information about our programs, where we are doing classes. We always bring food sampling. We bring the recipe that we are providing for the people and just provide a lot of information. We were there for about 4 hours with other people from the county, just providing information. During the second quarter, this happened back in February. Myself and an FNEP nutrition educator went to provide teen cuisine sessions at French Middle School. We were able to teach all 7th graders that are enrolled in the Family and Consumer Sciences class, which is 110 7th graders. And we were able to do a lot of hands-on activities and hands-on cooking with them. And some of the changes that we got to see from the pre-surveys during their class and post-surveys is 83% of the children and youth improved their abilities to choose foods according to the dietary guidelines for My Plate. 70% of the children use food safe handling practices, so they were able to understand that they need to wash their hands first. They need to make sure that they have a clean surface area to cook, making sure that they are changing their gloves or changing their aprons once they're dirty, washing dishes, all of that. Physical activity, 80% of the children and youth improve their physical activity practices or gain knowledge on how to improve that physical activity. And then 45% of the children improve their ability to prepare simple, nutritious, and affordable foods or gain the knowledge to do so. Okay. So upcoming programs, these are community-wide events that we are gonna be involved in. So this Saturday, I will be at the Topeka Shawnee County Public Library with one of our nutrition educators doing a radio segment in Spanish to reach our Spanish community here in Shawnee County. Eat the Rainbow is a Topeka and Shawnee County Public Library that they're gonna have during the summer. We are going to be there on July 22nd from 10 to 12. We're going to be teaching about fruits and vegetables, how to make your plate more colorful. We're going to have smoothies for the community, and we're going to be reading a story to the kids, just teaching them more about nutrition. And then I will be presenting at the National Night Out with the city of Topeka. They're going to have round tables and discussions. They want this presentation to be more targeting to how can we stretch those food dollars and our dollars to have more food during the summer and the winter. Hey, nutritional education events, this is what's happening right now. So Families Eating Smart and Saving Money at Pauline Central. We have one educator there. Create Better Health with Scent. It started last week, and that's our SNAP educator. We are planning to do Walk with Ease with Parks and Rec in May, and Choose Health, Food, Fun, and Fitness with the Boys and Girls Club of Topeka during the months of June and July. We're actually going to be at 4 different clubs. Okay, and then for our policy systems and environmental initiatives, so because of our partnership with Scent, we were able to apply to a Hunger-Free Kansas grant through K-State Research and Extension. The Kansas Health Foundation is committing $250,000 to K-State to fund proposals and to do like the following: advance the work of Hunger-Free Kansas, enhance collaboration with both the university and community partners, and align the principles of the Next Gen Kansas Strategic Plan. Of 30 different projects in counties that applied to the grant, 22 of those projects were granted, and we were one of them. Our initiative with SEN is to create a farm-to-food truck program, but we will be starting with the basics, which is creating a community garden at their location. We have already started planning. We have already started cleaning the garden that they already have there. This is going to be a collaboration not only with the SNAP educators in our office, but also with our horticulture agent and SEN as well. Thank you.
All right, that's great, thank you. Any questions?
No.
And then I get to go through the rest of the office, but I really appreciate Sophia doing her report, so you guys can get more than just the highlights that I bring you every quarter. So we always want to highlight who we're reaching, and this quarter, which was January through March, we had 2,309 direct educational contacts. I'm very proud of that number because we pretty much were not having the family and consumer science contacts at that time, and we are only like 400 under what we were last year for this quarter. So I saw that number and I was really happy. But I'm going to start with the 4-H Youth Development Program. Spring break happens during that quarter, and that is a really good time for Grace and 4-H to work with young people. So she had 3 days at Boys and Girls Club and taught 220 youth an energy program, which was superhero themed. The youth got to create an energy efficient superhero, play a board game based on what they created. And it was really impressive that after the program, 76% of the students said they could explain what energy is. 72% said that it could explain how it was used, and 70% of the students could name 3 ways to reduce how much electricity they use. And that's when I had wished I'd signed my kids up, because I think every youth needs to know how they can decrease their electricity use. Also, Grace took the 4-H Ambassadors, which is a group of 10 older 4-H members, on a day trip to Rock Springs 4-H Center. They did teamwork activities that included the high ropes course, mountain biking, and they did one other thing which is escaping me. Rock climbing. So Rock Springs has had a lot of improvements out there at the 4-H Center, so it was really nice to take some of those days off of school so the young people can enjoy that area, which is just south of Junction City. In agriculture and natural resources, Abigail has been super busy. She started this quarter with the farm show, doing a beef body conditioning and scoring class. I think they did that 3 times during the farm show. She had Youth for the Quality of Care for Animals, which is a required course for youth selling animals at the Shawnee County Fair, because youth need to understand that when their livestock project is going to be introduced into the food system, they need to make sure that they are raising that animal appropriately, because it's going to be in our food system. She had the area agronomists come, and she had a really good crowd talking to her. They had 2 hours of Q&A with the agronomist. I do not think they were expecting that, but that's how many questions Shawnee County residents had about agronomy. And then her biggest success for the quarter that she said was her prescribed burning workshop, where she had 39 participants, which she said that's a high for her. So we were really excited. She had it at the Topeka Shawnee County Public Library. 41% of the attendees have never done a prescribed burn, but were interested. So it was really important for those people to get the information of how to do it safely. And 100% of the attendees that had burned before said they learned something about the process. So that is also a success. In horticulture, this quarter, Lane Means had the Lawn and Garden Show, where he did educational presentations, while the Master Gardeners also had a booth the entire time, and they were giving out little plants. So if you went, you probably got, I think it was coleus. They're like, I don't know. Yeah, they gave out little plants, which they grew in their greenhouse. So one of the big things that I highlighted out of Lane's quarterly report, which I don't think he might have picked, was he worked with the units all around us to provide a response line training for Douglas County, Meadowlark District, which is the 3 counties north of us, and Osage County, or Frontier, which is the 3 counties south of us, Osage, Franklin, and Anderson. So their master gardeners could be better prepared for that response line season and get more training. The bulk of training for master gardeners happens when they're new. So then as you're doing the program, answering these questions, this was just like an input of new information. And because he did it with those other areas, they were able to get specialists from K-State and KU to come train 40 volunteers. They had 3 sessions. 2 were hosted in Topeka, 1 was hosted in Lawrence, and Shawnee County had 15 volunteers show up at all 3 of those sessions. So I applaud him for that. It is not easy to work with other units, but it's to everyone's benefit when we do it that way, because our volunteers are getting to network with other volunteers from other areas, and they're also getting some updated information. And then my program area, Community Vitality, for this year and this year only, I stole the VITA contacts because I helped the volunteer income tax assistance volunteers get that effort off the ground. In January, we had 30 volunteers trained to be able to prepare the free tax returns. And then through March, they have prepared returns for 826 people. They operate 4 sites, 3 in Topeka, 1 in Rossville. They do taxes the first Saturday in Rossville at the library. And the volunteers do the heavy lift, right? They just need our office to make the flyers, get the paperwork from the IRS, distribute the supplies, and coordinate the funds that they get from United Way to make sure that that effort is funded. So that program happens at no cost to our extension office besides the staff time to make sure the volunteers are doing their thing. And they're amazing. I go to the library to drop off supplies, and they're just cranking them out. In sometimes several different languages as well, helping our Shawnee County residents get those tax returns filed. And then I had the Youth Entrepreneurship Challenge in February, which you guys hear me talk about every year because it's a contest I really like. The youth are judged on how they do a business plan, a business pitch or presentation, and a trade show booth. This is the 6th year Shawnee County has done YEC, which advances to the Kansas Entrepreneurship Challenge in April at K-State. But about 3 years ago, it was really hard for us to get youth to take this on. It's not a part of a class. They don't get a grade for it. There is a lot of prize money we give out. So our partnership of Go Topeka, Shawnee Startups, Omni Circle decided to have more than the one contest. So we have a pitch contest in the fall, we have a market contest in the summer, and then the big YEC happens in the winter. And this is the first year our winner, Alana, who's on the screen, she participated in all 3 contests. She won the Shawnee County contest, and now she's prepared to go on to the Kansas Entrepreneurship Challenge next week. So Thursday, actually, the 17th. So really excited that we made a plan and it actually happened that way. I want to thank you for the support that you all give to our Shawnee County Extension Office and ask if you have any questions.
Any questions?
Candace, this isn't about your presentation, but just, again, looking forward, I know that with some of the federal programs and stuff happening, it's affected universities across the country and K-State, some of the programs. Is there anything that's affected your programming that you do at the Extension Office?
So the answer is not as of now.
Okay.
Some of the things, especially with the federal budget not being reconciled yet, there's things that are floating out there that could cut some of our programs, but nothing has been official. I don't think that the state budget is official, but that dropped funding for K-State 105. That's probably going to be more of a cut for, and not a cut, but Shawnee County's 105 money was being funneled through Go Topeka as an urban partner. So they have initiatives like the Business Concierge Office and some things they were doing with those dollars. They weren't coming through our office. We are a partner with Go Topeka and appreciate all the help we get from them, but that state cut is not going to hit us directly.
Okay. Very good, thank you.
Thank you.
Commissioner Rickman?
I don't have anything. Thank you.
All right.
We got
Another
40 minutes.
40 minutes still,
I know.
so. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Candace. All right. The next item on the agenda is public comment. I don't have anyone signed up. So are there any administrative communications today? Okay. We don't have a need for executive session. Did either of you guys have anything?
No.
Okay, and we're adjourned.